This is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas Definitive Edition. We're here on Xbox Series S. Taking a look at this portion of the Grand Theft Auto kind of trilogy definitive releases that really didn't quite hit the mark. There's a lot of issues in these ones in regards to performance and gameplay. It's that classic experience you like, but yeah, not perfectly done. Even on the Series S, that also seems to be the case. So we've got a couple options. We can do performance, which is 1080p at 60 FPS, or fidelity, which is 1440p at 30 FPS. There is HDR support, which you won't kind of be seeing here because in the way that we're recording and capturing this. So yeah, there's definitely quite a lot of performance hiccups and other problems that are kind of present as you go around playing this game. Now this is, you know, that classic experience. I mean, if you liked Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, this is, well, kind of how you experience the game today in regards to the quality of the game and just the legacy of it. This is the only way to really play it on the console at this point, unless you previously owned, well, I guess you could say the 360 version of the game, which also isn't necessarily the best. So you're kind of going through the San Andreas area, enjoying this, interesting story that is very mature, very intense, and trying to survive all of the problems as you come back into town, and discover that even if you've left behind, the life, it doesn't necessarily always leave you behind, and things catch up on you. So yeah, like as in most Grand Theft Auto experiences, the core gameplay loop does have you fighting others, collecting items, and evading, kind of other, like, gang members, or, like, the police and stuff like that. And like I mentioned, it is a mature offering, so you can do all kinds of stuff. Hello there. And there's lots of unique locations and that you visit along the way. Ow. I think we've got a police officer here that we need to deal with. Ow. I think we're kind of not in a good situation with this camera. Am I frozen? Huh. So yeah, there's definitely, like, some bugs and stuff in this one, and some other problems that they need to work on. But if you want to kind of visit your experience, it's not actually too bad. Like they fixed some things. Like it's not a perfect representation of, that iconic experience. They've definitely changed some things, but if you want to get back to that experience and have some fun, do some different missions, relive the story, it's not like a bad way to do so. It can be entertaining, it can be fun. There's a good amount of gameplay here. There's good character development, good storytelling. There's a lot of neat things that you can see and you can do in the city. And once again, as mentioned, it is definitely a mature experience. I would say you probably want to go with the performance mode on the Series S. Like it does actually seem to kind of keep like the fluidity going for the most part. The performance or the fidelity mode at 30 FPS doesn't feel as good, and I've noticed so many performance drops. Like I was doing, I was filming for a video comparison for this versus the Series X, and I was just kind of like, ooh, this is little bit rough there. And it's just like constant drops, just like walking around, driving. It's just like CJ's like, oh, this is crazy. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Bunch of different like dimensions in regards to how you interact, different cool camera angles. They got some of the music, not all the music is back. If you're like coming from an older, the original GTA version of San Andreas, you're gonna be like, oh, stuff's missing, and that's kind of how it goes. And it seems like the traffic isn't quite as dense in either of the versions, and like I think there's room for them to improve on these versions if this is gonna be like the version of Grand Theft Auto going forward. For San Andreas, like the definitive version, then it does need a little bit more love and care, because this is, I think for a lot of people, considered a bit of a classic. you know, most of the GTA games really are, but this era, a lot of people hold a lot of nostalgia towards because it is, you know, a special time in that series' lifespan. I guess we could also go back here, and we go back to fidelity for a bit. I think the performance mode is just it's a lot better. Like you can immediately, not only can you tell that there's like a drop in performance, obviously you're going down to 30 FPS, but like on top of that, it's like a significant like, oh, you know, there's you know, we're having like frame drops and there's other issues. That's definitely something that's visible here. Where did that extra third cop come from? I don't want to be taken yet. What is going on with these floating things? Do I want to be arrested? It's hard to say. I'm actually trying to honestly get to the daytime, so if we go out guns blazing, I'm totally cool with that. I am causing mayhem, and I've been wasted. So the star system, obviously, is a big iconic part of Grand Theft Auto. It will, you know, basically go up as you do crazier things, and you can try to get away and escape, and it goes down. There's other things you can change, bloom, ground haze. Just keep in mind, like HDR does seem to have quite a glow to this one, and there's like a big map too. You unlock the other area over time. You gotta, you know, kind of play through the story and stuff like that if you care to do so. You can also just like fiddle around, like, you know, I've played this like back in the day and stuff, and it's just like, yeah, this is definitely interesting, but I think, again, 60 FPS is kind of like your go-to here. But even like, look at the traffic, it just, you know, because I even went back and I, you know, for a comparison, I did the 360 version versus the Series X version, and it was, you know, there was a significant change within the like the traffic and stuff of the world. Like, why is that floating there? It just seems like they didn't fully give this one the love it deserves. Do I think it's like as bad as everyone would say online? No, like it plays fine. You can do the whole story. You can go and you can enjoy the characters and the moments of San Andreas. But it's also like, hey, you know, there's problems. I mean, you've seen quite a number of them, right, as we've been playing, and you know, performance-wise, it's not perfect, but if you want to relive Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, this is kind of your option to do so. Oh, Los Santos International Airport. Yeah, the fluidity is like is definitely way better here. That's actually quite nice. Like, it seems most of the time to be actually running fluid, and you know that there are drops, of course, but yeah, I definitely think this is kind of the way to go for this console platform option, in my opinion, of course. I mean, we've been showing off both of them, so you get an idea here or there, but obviously you're going to kind of make the choice what you want to play with. Fidelity is on by default for whatever reason, so you do actually have to go there and manually adjust that if you want to change it, so keep that in mind. Ooh. Visually, you know, they did try to keep that original style alive, so if you're kind of wondering why some stuff looks really aged, that's because, you know, what they did here was they touched up the visuals, improved the look of it, but they didn't, you know, like, remake this entirely. Like, the idea was to capture that original vision and version of this game and just kind of give it, you know, a cleanup, a glow up, and I don't know if they perfectly did that. Oh. Sorry. I know you're just... Whoa, she bounced right back. What is with this camera angle? It's fighting me. And she's just the thing went through the floor and she's just skating away like nothing happened. Ah, what a trooper. I almost want to go back and just kind of run her over because it's like, can't believe he escaped like that. But let's ditch this in the pool. Are we driving across the water as if we are some kind of... Or is it actually going in the water? I can't tell. Why is this guy shooting at us? Okay. So we'll grab some of this floating cash that's conveniently here. Don't mind me, just a guy with a gun. Totally a normal thing in America, right? Oh, I wonder what's down there. I don't really want to take these guys' vehicle, though.
I need that vehicle.
Just cops don't even notice or anything. Just like a guy wandering around holding a gun. To steal a car, like right beside the cops. Is like, shoulder shrug. This is kind of a cool but like really empty area. And there's like a lot of like combat gunplay. Did all these people just randomly spawn out of nowhere? That's weird. Yeah, you better roller skate as fast as you can out of there. Oh, this is yeah. Grand Theft Auto. I'm being a little bit crazier here, I think, on the Series S than I was in the Series X video in regards to causing some conflict with folks. It's really neat kind of playing this, though, and then also thinking of, like, Grand Theft Auto 5, where it is quite an upgrade over this, but yet, at the same time, that one's quite old as well. It's just this really fascinating to see, you know, kind of the changes and stuff, right? Oh, there's the whole kind of amusement park area. That moon is very distinct. Like, I like how you have this original version of it, but I'm almost wondering if they could have done some... Oh, I'm so sorry. Done something a little bit more intensive and maybe did like a... You can change back and forth between the original and the new one. I kind of like when they do that. But this one, it very much is like that original aesthetic. It just... it looks better, right? Like, it definitely looks way better. Is it an amazing upgrade? Absolutely not, but it is keeping in the design of the original version, or at least trying to. And I think that is something to keep in mind. Okay, I better go get shot or something like that so we can go back to the day. Whoa! Where did that other person go? They, like, flew up in the air. That's crazy. Oh, what happened? Oh.
I can't breathe.
That's not good. That guy took a load of shots. Don't worry about me, guys. Just someone making my way around Los Santos, trying to have a good time. Train hard, you know. It's the only way to train. Drink Sprunk. I get run over by kind of motorcycle. Why am I shooting it into the air? Oh, busted.
Well done, cop. Well done.
Well, at least they didn't kill me.
Out of my way.
Come on, bitch.
Probably a good idea to... And I love how the citizens, like, fight back, too. It's kind of entertaining. I mean, of course, real people in real life would.
Oh, you think you tough? Bless my diamond stylus.
I don't want to talk about it. Da-da-da-da-da. I guess we could switch back to the fidelity mode for a bit. Like, it's cool that it does go up to like 1440. Like, that's definitely neat, because that's what we want to get out of the Series S's. You know, have some options with higher resolution, but it's also kind of like, I don't know, performance to me is kind of a bigger thing at this point, especially when it's not like a huge gap in terms of the resolution quality, right? Like, it is quite similar. It does look way better on the TV, I think. I mean, I would say between the two modes, it does, both of them look fine on a big screen. It's not like other games where I'm kind of like, oh, okay, I did want to actually change it there. It's like a very soft kind of click between the two. You know, like, it is... I'd say it masks the edges and stuff very well. Like, it's very clean compared to other games running at, like, 1080. They did a good job making it look sharp and whatnot. And I think that's important. Wow, look at the depth within the shop. Isn't that crazy? Are you blown away by it? I know I am.
I could use some backup. You're just a bitch.
Thank you for your Your ride there, police officer. Toggle submission? That's kind of funny. Yeah, the fluidity feels way better here. By a mile. Kind of debating on where we should head next. I feel like we've hit a lot of the key spots already. A lot of pop-in, too. I don't know, there's something about open world games that I wish they would just lock down. And I was also kind of disappointed because I was like under the impression initially that this was going to get like a different update later on, but like no, this is the optimized final version of this game. I mean, they'll probably be trying to do bug fixes and stuff over time, but it's kind of like weird that they couldn't just deliver on, you know, this original version and make it like just run perfectly fine and stuff. I mean, it's a pretty old game and all they're doing is technically just improving the visuals and stuff, right? Like, it's not like they were doing any like really major revisions to this experience. It's not like it's a whole new game or anything. So it should have been something that was pretty down and easy packed for them to do. Now I do think to a degree it's probably like the cross-gen kind of thing of it is possibly why there's not as big of an improvement as we were kind of hoping for, but still, it's, I don't know. I was hoping for something a bit more with these. I mean, this is a really classic, iconic sort of thing. And there is supposed to be like a certain level of like care brought to these older experiences when bringing them, you know, to modern platforms. It does matter to quite a lot of people that have the nostalgia for this and enjoyed this one. And I think the story here and stuff is definitely that of which you should like kind of preserve gaming-wise. But it's just kind of like, it's mostly disappointing, right? That's the big thing when you look at this type of thing. It's just like the disappointment of it not fully living up to its potential. But you can come in here, you can play it fine, you know, well, you can enjoy it all, like I was mentioning. There's not, you know, like terrible mission-ending scenarios or something like that. It's just a lot of like smaller problems here or there. Going for another drive. Ooh, jeez. Yeah, the car handling still drives me crazy. It's just funny. It was, you know, coming to that 360 version. Like, look at this poppin'. Ugh, the shrubs. You know, the 360 version, I was just getting such a kick out of it, because it's like, it's even more dense for the traffic, paired with, like, the driving in this, and it's like, ugh, that was a pain. I don't know what's with, like, the hostility of these drivers, too. It's like, come on, guys. Those are some performance drops right there. Yeah. That is so weird. I don't even know how to describe some of these problems in this. Yeah, look at those next-gen trees. I feel like they could have maybe added some more intense, like, grass in the distance or something. I don't know. It feels like a bare minimum kind of, like, just keeping it going as opposed to really trying to, like, make this a must-play sort of flashback experience. I'm sure someone from the time would be like, whoa, you know, this looks amazing compared to back in the day, but at the same time now, I think we have a lot more expectations for our experiences. I mean, this is like an ancient game, right? Like, the performance should not be a problem like it is. That's so weird to me. Atrocious pop-in. So I hope they fix things up. I hope this becomes better over time. But, yeah, that is San Andreas. Good luck. Grand Theft Auto 8. Oh, is there fire on my engine? That's not a good thing. Whoa! wasted.